gangsta in my territory, nigga. I got gangsta in my nigga. You want gangsta story, nigga? Look at me, see I'm a gangsta in my territory, nigga. I got gangsta story, nigga. You want gangsta story, nigga? Look at me.
What it do? This your boy Teflon Turksta, and I'm coming to you live and direct in the morning. Talking again, man, part 2, man, the Dirt Road Chronicles, man. We're here to talk about some of the big dogs today, who were some of the most influential people in the neighborhood at the time of my era. When I growed up, I used to idolize cats like Terrence, TD, my big dog Weedy, Damien, Terrence, Roshan. I think, to me, my cousin Roshan was one of the most influences that brought me out into the street. My big cousin Roshan at the time, he was heavy in the game. And he had a strong street grip and credibility in the streets at the time. Still does, but at the time this when he was in probably at his peak and at his all-time high. He used to have a candy blue Delta 8 on Trues and Bowls with boom in that bit, or he had a white Cadillac with the Trues and Bowls on that bit. So every time I used to be goddamn like standing at the top of John Road or be walking, my cousin Sean used to, by him having the status that he had, he used to always stop, pick me up, put me in the car, spend a couple corners with me, been old blunt or two, buy me something to eat. Goddamn, take me down there to the bottom and let me sit around, fuck with them dogs shit for a minute. And that right there, goddamn, by me always being in the car with him, and taught me a lot. How he used to move, how he used to ride, how he used to shine. The conversation that he used to have with me as a young cat, he used to always stick with me. Sean was a big dog, so if you kind of had a little smoke with him or had a little goddamn money that you owe him, Sean gonna double back and fuck your bitch. So, you know, that was one of the things, goddamn, that was before Ply was screaming, you know, shit, all you gotta do is fuck a nigga old lady, it'll kill him. It's like a dagger in his motherfucking heart. And Sean Righteous was the master of that shit, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I don't give a fuck what the price was. If a nigga owed some money and he wanted some get back at you, big dog might up $1,000 on your bitch just to fuck her that night, my nigga, just so he can have that ups on you. And to me, that was some hell of a shit right there, you know what I'm saying? To see niggas like that, you know what I'm saying? But it let me know, though, you know, and it showed me, nigga, don't play with no nigga, man. You ain't gotta never sometimes kill a nigga. You can goddamn do some shit, and boy, it'll break they motherfucking ass down like a 410 shotgun, boy. So Sean was a real heavy influence of me. Junior Brown, he was kind of heavy on me too. Junior Brown, me and his little brother BJ used to hang real tight back in the day when we were coming up. Me and BJ were goddamn real close. Me, BJ, he had a cousin named Ron, and my partner Lil Terrell. We used to always hang tight every day coming up. We about 9'6", 9'7", 9'8", something like that. We used to hang real tight, man. You know what I'm saying? And I used to walk around BJ's house, and his grandma Miss Ida Brown every day. His grandma used to run the free lunch back in the days. Anybody familiar with the free lunch? Miss Ida Brown used to run the free lunch or whatever. So when I used to go over there with Miss Ida Brown, or I'll stay at my grandmama's house once again, I'll walk up there to goddamn BJ and kick it with him and Lil Terrell. And Dunesky was BJ big brother. Dunesky was a big dog in the neighborhood too. He was a shiner too, he ain't play. He used to always keep all the ladies' whips, come through in the motherfucking Pussy Pink Grand Prix, come through in the 69 drop in the Cutlass. When he got out of the Fed the last time, he scooped me and BJ up. Me and BJ used to ride with him. He had just started contract business. He was one of the first major big dogs out of my hood that I seen convert from being a brick nigga to getting his own company. You feel what I'm saying? He hadn't even no goddamn getting into the construction company or whatever. And by me being tight with his little brother BJ or whatever, he, you know, let me used to work with him sometimes on a few jobs. You know what I'm saying, to keep me out of the street, put a few pockets and put a little few little money in my pocket, but it wasn't never really no. To me, I ain't never really want to work. I always was out there in the street. So it was an honor to work with my big dog at the same time, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I was trying to goddamn get what he was in the street. So, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate him for giving me the opportunity. And shout out Junior Brown, man. He coming home free on that parole thing, man. Let's try to push for him. And yeah, Junior Brown was a heavy influence to me too. You know, me and BJ used to go around that bitch and wear his clothes to goddamn school or go to the dollar movie, put on his shit, jump in one of his cars while he was in the Fed, because BJ had access to all the cars and whips and shit while he was in the Fed. So me and BJ, you go jump in that nigga shit and spin the block or ride to the city or some more shit like that, you know what I'm saying? And I guess goddamn by him being a big dog, you know what I'm saying, that shit always gave me the mind frames of being a big dog, because I'm sitting in that Pussy Pete Grand Prix with some 30s and Vogues at the time. They were hard, you know what I'm saying? And with the white guts and shit, me and BJ 16, 17 years old, pushing through the neighborhood, shit, that was a wonderful feeling at the time. So Junior Brown was a heavy influence. He was a heavy influence on me too. You know what I'm saying? Louis Friesen, of course, Petway, you know, they was from Jonesrd Who. My big dog Weedy, he was another one, you know what I'm saying? That was influential. He always goddamn took me in when I was going through a lot of situations out there in the streets, or going through some fuck shit, or doing some fuck shit, or falling off. He'll goddamn be a big dog that'll put me back on. Appreciate you, Weedy, you know what I'm saying? And these cats I'm talking about, they out the game now, you know what I'm saying? These folks ain't even in that shit no more. But the thing is, you know, I'm just telling you about who was influencing me and what drew me to the streets when I was coming up. Who gave me the insight, you know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about what they doing nowadays, because nowadays these cats are productive citizens in the society now. It's all past, you know what I'm saying? Who else goddamn real influential to me? My next door neighbor, James Reed. You know, because he was one of the first cats that I ever seen bring into the fashion, you know what I'm saying, and by him being my next door neighbor, was always a little Turk with a smile on his face, so I always looked up to him too, you know what I'm saying, seeing him fresh, and I knew he was kind of the head of the Jonesrd crew at the time. He was a little small nigga, but the nigga had a lot of heart, and he was already grinding when a lot of young cats was still on the porch, so I guess he seen that in me. OG Terrence and Steve and Vic, them niggas, like OG Terrence, he went to the Fed, he just came home, he real successful right now, you know what I'm saying? And I'm proud to see him doing what he doing right there, because when I had OGs like that brought me out the port, the game that they gave me back in the game to keep me alive, when I see them more productive now here in life, and they give me insight, shit, that shit make me feel good, you know what I'm saying? Reaching back to me and let me know, you know, still that as I'm coming up, they're still my OGs, and I still respect what they saying. You got cats like OG Steve, Vic. I remember one night, goddamn, boy, we had to go on a mission, boy, you hit me. It was crucial in the goddamn city. I probably about 16, 17, me and my little cousin Kobe, man. Shout out that nigga Kobe, boy, if you run across this shit. Me and my little cousin Kobe, you know what I'm saying? We had the goddamn, you know, OGs at a young age. They knew that we were putting in a little work, so it was one night, boy, we went through goddamn the whole city, boy. I'm talking about on a sweep like Hurricane Katrina. I'm telling my boy, look here, man, at a young age, man. But, boy, they were probably over goddamn 10, 15 years ago, but a nigga live to see these days. A lot of times, boy, a lot of niggas going on missions and ain't making it back. I had the opportunity to goddamn be raised by some real solid cats, man. All of them stayed down, went to prison, did their time, and they came home with correction on their mind. They came home and corrected their errors and made better choices, and which led me to, you know, to accept and embrace these same type of strategies that they doing, you know, from going through their trial and tribulation to learning what they've been through. Orion, Squeak, shit, all these cats real heavy influences on me in the game. I seen a lot of goddamn cats rise and fall due to selfishness in the game, greed, envious, you know. It was an era when niggas were really playing for keeps out that motherfucker. You know, if you were affiliated with the police or you goddamn told, you know, that you already knew what that brought. You knew them consequences. You know, it used to be a lot of rumor and shit in the air about who was doing what and who was doing this when I was young. So, but I never really goddamn seen no more than a lot of hustlers. You know what I'm saying? When I converted to goddamn, when I ended up going to prison and started mingling outside, that's when I started rubbing elbows with killers and different niggas that'll knock your ass off and get your ass up out of there. Shit, you had niggas come through the whole city of Mobile and shake that motherfucker like Boo-Boo Chain with Truck Towner. Them motherfucker was some gangsters back then in that era. Them niggas used to come through and lay low and goddamn boy apply pressure through the whole motherfucking city of Alabama or Mobile. They know what the fuck was going on back then, man. Truck, he stayed in prison, but he was a native of Theodore, Alabama. So I think that goddamn should get out. I think that was, you know, that little rep cred, you know what I'm saying? Troy Polk, them niggas that were hustling heavy back in the day. I seen a lot of dudes that used to smoke crack at once upon a time, kick the addiction, and come out to be brick niggas, overcoming their habits and becoming using the drug and everything that they had went through and become the man. So that gave me inspiration and let me know that it was people that the power, it was power in that shit. To see a nigga that was smoking crack one day fight her addiction, or go through niggas smoking off the stem, or living goddamn up in a smoking off a can, nigga hitting off the can, nigga getting wake ups in the morning, and then the nigga go to prison, and he goddamn come back out, goddamn he reinvented. And he get his hands out on the guy, then get his hands on a pack, and next thing you know, this same smoker that was being mistreated, this nigga end up being a goddamn kingpin. I seen that happen 3 to 4 times. I seen goddamn Long Hair do it. I seen Troy Polk do it. I seen goddamn Jerry Freisen do it. I seen goddamn Louis Freisen do it. I seen Trigger Man do it. I seen all the old heads that came up out of the goddamn era of the 80s and the 90s and fell to addiction or crack cocaine, beat that shit, overcome the odds of all the shit they were going through, and boom, it soared to be the goddamn man. I had a chance to see it all. At the time when youngsters weren't even goddamn, they mama wouldn't even letting them go out there. I was already experiencing that shit. I was already seeing that shit. I was already understanding the power of the game. The OGs telling me, man, you gotta treat everybody right in this game. You can't get a black eye game. If you goddamn fuck over somebody, it's gonna come back. You put your hands on somebody, you out here, you kill somebody, gonna come back. So everything that you doing out here in these streets, young nigga, you gotta understand that it's gonna come back. You know, niggas gonna play for keeps out here. This ain't no motherfucking video game where you get an extra man, or when you die, you come back. You get another chance to start the game over. Nah, youngster don't work like that. See what this shit is, the Jonesrd Chronicles or the Dirt Road Chronicles, is to give back game, to give back insight of the game. So youngsters don't make these same choices. I'm using my life as an example. I'm walking you down through my life so you can understand my ups and downs, and hope that somebody young learn from these situations and learn from these experiences, or get some out of these conversations to understand that the influence that the streets have on you don't lead you no way but to jail or prison. Once again, I'm not doing these videos for no clout. I'm doing these videos to goddamn to talk about the legacies that the people that have laid should, I feel, that's in the streets of Mobile, Alabama, Theodore, Alabama, deserve the credit for what they done. I'm looking at all these other cities in these states and they glorifying all these cats. These cats are not to be glorified. These cats are examples of what the streets can lead to. A lot of these cats are doing time. A lot of these cats are dead. Some of these cats have took the chance, took the opportunity to change their life for the better. So I'm giving y'all these games, not to be doing no name dropping and doing all that bullshit or whatever nigga want to call it. It's the insight, and it's paying respect to those who I have respect for. I know that the names that I'm calling, the people that I'm calling was once involved in that, but at the same time, they are not anymore. This right here is to show you the growth of life. That life, you can change your patterns of life if you want to. You know, and as we go on with these stories, I'm going to get deeper and deeper in content, and we're going to talk about deeper and deeper stories. And the story that I'm talking about is for you to get insight out of these stories so you can understand that the game could only lead you two ways, death or jail. Very few escape the game. You know, just going on into these stories that we're going to be talking about, man, it's going to be some good shit going on. You know, still we're going to go into the rise and fall of Jonesrd Who. Miss Jennifer. You know, she was one of the founders, one of the only ladies, the queen of Jonesrd Who. She came into the game, goddamn, put shit down, goddamn, and changed the whole era of the game. An older lady. You know, so I looked at that as a strong black woman who took on the odds of the streets and overcame. You know, she enjoyed her life. You know, she witnessed a lot. She went through a lot, but that would make her the queen to overcome. And before she got them passed, R.I.P. to Miss Jennifer, before she passed, she had the opportunity to change her ways. But she was like the Griselda Blanca of my neighborhood. She did it all. To see a lady come into a game of men and put down the way she did is what's goddamn some shit to see. She stood in the midst of giants as a small lady standing no more than 5'4", 5'5", but she had the heart of Griselda Blanca. She locked down the game with murder raps, drug raids. She had some sons that were laying low, and she held it down her time. I idolize that. To see some shit like that, a black lady come into a black neighborhood, predominant black males dominating a game, and open up shop and become the godmother of the situation. With the respect of one of the highest of the highest. So it's major respect of it. Jonesrd Who was founded by a queen, and it started off with her, and that's how it all started. But due to a tragic, she ended up losing one of her kids. Drug raids, numerous drug raids, as a drug operation was was raided. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying that to disrespect this. I'm saying that it was a lady that came up in an era dominated by man. That gave me a reason to look up to something, to see something, to look at our black women as how strong they could be. You had goddamn Jonesrd Who was full of a lot of legendary stories and a lot of legendary people. And like I said, I'm not glorifying the game. What I'm doing is giving you the insight of why you shouldn't get in the game and the things that I've seen in the game. In our next episode, we'll be talking about prison. Where did the street lead me? How I caught my first case, what led up to my first case, and how I got involved in my first case. And with that being said, it's your boy Teflon Turksta telling you, man, this Dirt Road Chronicles, and we gonna keep this shit gangster, and we gonna talk, cause the streets want a motherfucker know, and bitch these jewels for you. I'm dropping game, and I ain't playing with you lame. It's your boy Teflon Turksta telling you, don't suffer around your house. Snakes out there. Hit that subscribe button, that like button below for new episodes up to come. It's on.